Okay, I think we're live. So
Yeah.
should we start the Vaisisthyas again, or we should continue the Vaisisthyas, and then if people join, they'll join, and we'll take it from there, because that's the usual program. So. Okay.
No, we need to document the Vaisisthas one way or another.
Right.
In other words, we need a sequence of all of the Vaisisthas with a contemporary commentary, and then when we finish the Vaisisthas, then we can go over them with the commentary or without the commentary, and hopefully people will have heard the commentary, and then they can put in their own comments as well.
Yeah, so let me load it up on the screen here. 1 second, Prabhu. YouTube.com. So the Vaisisthas link would be share. I want to share a link. Let me get the link. Okay. Vaisisthas.
I'm sorry if I delayed anything.
No worries. Nothing got delayed. Let's see. Today is Vyasa Puja address 1961.
Yeah. In Radha Damodar Temple, India.
Yes. '61. Alrighty, I have it here. Do you remember where we were? We finished, I think, 11, right?
I believe so.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
When I see them, I'll be able to tell, of course.
Okay. I have it here. Share link. Okay. Share. Alrighty. Here we go.
Well, that's the first Vaisistha.
Yeah, we are the second Vaisistha. The sannyasis go and stay in the mountain caves, but you, master, keep your sannyasis in marble mansions. Okay. Yes, we're on the third, or we're in the seventh. Let's see.
My video is stopped. Okay, yeah, right. Okay, here we are.
Okay.
Sure.
Let's see. I think what's going on here? Okay, we're back. Okay. Do you remember where we are? Or
we'll keep going. Okay, wait. Oh, now I think, have we reached the third Vaisistha yet?
I don't think so.
Let's go back then.
Yes, we can start the devotees. Yeah, I think we're at 16 or 17. Or we can redo from.
Well, yeah, we were talking about the student hostel in London.
Yes.
So 19 we did.
20.
Okay, 20 could be commented on.
Yes, let's do 20.
Are we ready?
We're at 30 now. Can you see better, or is this better? It's in portraits right now, landscape portrait, or whatever they call it.
What?
Okay, so.
Okay, we're on number 20?
Yes.
Okay, To mitigate all these contradictory ideas is not the trifling act of an inexpert and inexperienced person. There's a multiple bunch of meanings that are tied together in that one shloka. To mitigate all these contradictory ideas is not the trifling act of an inexpert and inexperienced person. What is he really saying? You see, when he's talking about the inexpert and inexperienced person not being able to do it, he is saying that because so many conflicts are there, and because the contrarian mood of Gaur Kishore Das Babaji is overwhelming the whole preaching mood, that it cannot be done by a person who's not a circus master, not just a helper on the circus floor. These,
right.
not a trifling act, inexperienced person. So what is expert and what is experienced? We can see that expert means the Uttama Adhikari, the Acharya, who is, he has the ability to lead us into the spiritual realm through direction. And he said before, direction was not just giving instructions like going here, going there, but direction means which way is up, go up. That's the point, have to go up. So whoever is doing this work has to understand the juxtaposition or the intricacies between what is functional in that country to make a youth hostel, for instance, and how do you transcendentalize it, which is where the expertise comes in. Anyone can go and open a hostel with some money and decorations and stuff like that. But how do you make it work? That is where Prabhupada is describing the uniqueness of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati. Not the trifling act of an inexpert and inexperienced person. They seem like very neutral words, not inexpert, not inexperienced, but actually they're loaded to the gills with powerful Shakti, because one has to know how to take a woman who is not chaste, who is living with her boyfriend and wants to become a householder woman, how to marry her, how to teach her how to cook, how prasadam, to make an offering to Krishna that is very relishably done, very first class. She ended up writing cookbooks, Jamuna's cookbook. How to take this woman and turn her into a Grihastha woman, and how to turn her into a Brahmin woman, and how to put her ahead of most Brahmin men. For after all, a Brahmin man is relying on his gotra. He's relying on his birth. He's relying on his so-called caste, his varna. But in this case, we're taking people that have no varna, that have no gotra, and they have to become fully qualified as though they exemplified the gotra that they have no idea even at this point even exists. Of course, the gotra of the spiritual master, which is known by Prabhupada, becomes the gotra of the disciple if the disciple has no other gotra. But this is situated, it's set up so that you can go to that hostel, but what do you do at that hostel? For preaching Hari Katha. So you go to a hostel and you create it, you preach Harikatha, but so what? The people that say, wow, that's interesting Indian stuff, and now I'm going to go home and eat my meat and drink my beer. That there has to be a decisive moment where the person hearing is transformed to the degree that it's not a waste of time opening the hostel. Otherwise, you can open hostels all over the place. Yogananda did it. He opened all sorts of centers, and people came there, they meditated, they did all sorts of things that were the practices that he taught that did very little, if anything, to do with bhakti. And people lived in those ashrams, and they made no advancement. They didn't ever become a Jumuna or a Gurudas or a Shamasundar or a Malati. They never were able to accomplish that level. So when Prabhupada mentions and mitigate these contradictory ideas is not the trifling act of an inexpert or inexperienced person, he is understating to the quintessential degree, almost like an opposite number to a number. Because even an experienced and expert person cannot do that unless they have insight which most experts don't have. You see what I mean?
Right.
So Prabhupada really was predicting, because that never happened with Prabhupada, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur's disciples. They were never able to do anything particularly useful. Mohan Maharaj and all those people, they were not able to do it. But Prabhupada is talking about how his Guru Maharaj is saying that, and it's not the job of an inexpert person. Well, Prabhupada did it. He came to 26 Second Avenue, and in Matchless Gifts, he opened up a temple and started preaching, and people accepted, took initiation. And so that was like the hostel, except it was, well, like a hostel. Ashram and a hostel are quite similar. So they preached, they became converted to Krishna consciousness in New York to the degree they were able to go to the next step, the next step, the next step, the next step. They took a Brahmin initiation, which they didn't realize they were not qualified to get. They were just told, this is the next step, Brahmin initiation. Then they went and started preaching globally, everywhere, all over the United States, Canada, Mexico, Europe, within a couple of years. In 1969, the devotees from San Francisco went to London. And out of that came amazing recordings with the Beatles playing the Hare Krishna mantra, Govinda Vari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Impossible even to imagine. And that's what he says. It's not the trifling act of inexperienced person. But you could say, well, Prabhupada didn't do anything. He just said, go there and do it. Well, he had already taught them how to turn mud into jewelry, beautiful diamonds and rupees and gold. He saw how to do that by how he transformed them. So innocently enough, they went there and began talking with the Beatles and immediately began transforming the Beatles. This is hard to imagine in today's ISKCON, because in today's ISKCON, nobody is doing anything like that. Nobody is going and transforming the minds of the people that they join. No one is going to a country like Iceland or Finland, and opening up a temple and getting all the celebrities to become involved and enthusiastic for it, for the Hare Krishna mantra? Because the Shraddha's out there. We don't have the faith to make it happen. But in those days, you didn't need the Shraddha. The Shraddha was built in. You already knew what would happen if you preached. So we preached in England to the Beatles, and that's what happened. They became transformed. Okay, now, third Vaisistya. Is there anyone want to say anything at this point?
I'm trying to get Mark on. So 1 second, Prabhu.
Sure.
Oh, Mark is coming on. 1 second. Let me admit Mark.
Great. He wasn't able to listen to any of this yet, right?
No, he's just joining in now.
Great.
So there you go. Mark is on.
Hare Krishna, Mark.
Hare Krishna, can you see me?
I can't because I'm looking at a text that's on the screen. But when we're finished with the text, I will be able to see you.
Fantastic.
You came on with your iPhone, correct?
That's correct.
Can you see yourself?
I can see you, but I can't see me.
Okay, well.
I think you're not sharing your video. Let me see the settings and ask you to share the video.
Okay.
Let's see, Mark, iPhone. Let's see, Mark, ask to start video.
We all need to get to know what Mark
so I just
looks
asked
like.
you to start a video.
Hey.
I think Mark.
So where's Mark?
I think he's there.
You see, I can see myself.
Let's see.
Why are you wearing a mask?
Oh yeah, I can see you now.
Okay.
Are you in a place where you have to wear a mask? No.
Always.
Can
you see me now?
They're doing, it's a socio-political move. What they're doing is muzzling us like dogs.
I believe that, Nathan.
Well,
I believe that.
If you say judge by the result, you're seldom wrong. Anyhow, I explained to Ramachandra Singh, who you've seen him, right? You can see him.
I can only see you at this point.
I'm here. I'm just setting up the settings on the phone, so I'm
Very
here. I'm
nice.
listening.
Okay, that's who he is. So I explained to Ramachandra Singh what an incredibly powerful conversation we had in your audio den.
Soundproof booth.
Yeah. So
that was fantastic.
It was worth the time we spent.
I felt the energy.
Yes. Well, because we say Krishna is God, but you know what we could say instead of saying Krishna is God? We could say the all-attractive source of life. Because Krishna means all-attractive, and he's the source of life. So the all-attractive original source of life, that we can say is Krishna in Sanskrit, the original language, which I did explain, is where all languages come from.
That's right. The all-attractive source of life.
Yes. So now, Ramachandra?
Yes.
Whoa. Oh, do you think we can get back to the Vaisistya, or you're doing something else instead right now?
I think we can continue, or it's up to Mark. Mark is the guest of honor. Does he have any subjects he wants to talk about?
Well, I'm a new devotee. I'm very new to the movement, so I'd love to listen and learn.
Okay, so maybe we can start off the basics of the Atman, and then
No, just go to the next Vaisistya.
okay, up to you. So let's do that. Okay,
Yes.
let me get this thing going. Let's see what happened to the phone.
Do we have any more people getting on?
Let's see if people join. I don't know yet. Let's see. Zoom. All right, so let me share that link again, Prabhu. Okay,
Yes.
share screen. And then maybe you can give a description of what we're discussing so he can know.
No, don't worry. Mark
okay,
is
there
very
you go.
intelligent. Whatever we say, he'll understand.
Oh, okay. Alrighty.
And what's your first name again?
So
I'm sorry.
My name is Ronald. Yes, my Ronald Singh, Ramachandra Singh.
Ronald Singh.
Yes.
All right. Where are you located right now?
Spiritual name is Ramachandra Singh.
Ramachandra.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ramachandra Singh.
Good. Yes.
Yes.
And where are you stationed right now? What part of the world are you in?
I'm in Sacramento, California.
Oh, fantastic.
Chai. Okay. Let's go to the Vaisishtas.
Yes. Well, we just finished.
We're
20.
At 20. Right? Yes.
This, Mark, this is a poem. I think I mentioned it today. It has a whole bunch of verses where he is evaluating and critiquing his godbrothers after decades of preaching, and pretty well concluding that they're just, you know how the little boy said, "Mommy, Mommy, why am I walking around in circles?" "Shut up, Johnny, or I'll nail your other foot to the floor." So essentially, they were just going in circles. Now, the third Vaisistya, he is presenting what is called, we call Istagosti. Istagosti means gathering of cowherd boys, and these Istagostis actually take place in Krishna Loka, in the kingdom of God that is completely transcendental, in which no material energy can even get close to. It's everyone has to be freed. We're all covered with material bodies, material thoughts, material actions, material habits. All these things we're covered with. But to get into Krishna Loka, we have to become free from all of those things, plus develop pure unalloyed love of God. And when that occurs, then we can enter into the realm. But in the realm, the cowherd boys and Krishna sit down together and have discussions of various things, personal discussions, philosophical discussions, etc. And they call it Istagosti, because Gosti means cowherd boys, and they all sit together. So we too can create meetings on earth where we may not see cowherd boys and we may not see Krishna personally present, but when we sit down together, we can rest assured that they're actually there.
Vistagosi.
Istagosti, yes.
How do you spell that?
Istagosti.
Excellent.
Yeah. Istagosti. It is really a get-together in which rank is eliminated. In Krishna Loka, the cowherd boys are equal to Krishna in the sense that they're all his contemporaries. Some are older, some are younger, but they all play together. This is their rasa, or the nature of their relationship with Krishna, is to be cowherd boys. You've seen pictures of Radha Krishna with gopis dancing with Krishna. That's another rasa. We've seen the pictures of Mother Yasoda nursing Krishna, or stop catching him and stealing butter. Well, that's another rasa. So there's all sorts of different types of rasas, but it is the Gosti. It's a plenary a plenary rasa. Rasa means relishable relationship, spiritually relishable relationship. And so the cowherd boys sit down together and they talk, and Krishna's there, and he's God, but he sits down with them as an equal. Krishna does not lord it over everyone. All glories to God in the highest and all that stuff. That doesn't happen in Krishna Loka. He's not worshipped in awe and reverence. He's worshipped intimately according to your own created relationship with him. And that has to occur before you even get to Krishna Loka. The transformative point is when you are perfected, then you enter into the spiritual world with Krishna, not just some vapor or light or something like that. No, we're talking about forests and buildings and gardens and women cooking, women nursing babies. I mean, it's just an amazing scene. And cows and cowherd boys and people on horses as well. I mean, it's all very integrated, and all of it is directed to Krishna, either directly, one-on-one, or indirectly through the association of others who are worshiping Krishna, so that by the time it gets to the top, and the top is an unlimited number of souls away, personified souls, people souls, or they're like people, in others are spiritual beings, that when that happens, all that devotion that's built on every platform in the kingdom of God, Krishna Loka, is directed and guided and funneled to Krishna through his associate gopis and Radharani, who is the consort of Krishna. And when she expresses her love for Krishna, it's combined and completes all of the love of all of the other residents of Krishna Loka. So it's a very, very relishable experience, something which he wouldn't want to leave. And unfortunately, at some point, we didn't want to leave, but we wanted to know, what would it be like if I were like God? Boing, now you know, you're here. Mark Yakon is busy checking the earphones of Nathan Zakheim, and we're talking with Ronald Singh or Ramachandra Singh. We're all in the same boat, having been separated from Krishna Loka. So the Krishna consciousness movement is a transformative thing to bring us back into Krishna Loka. And there's a very clear process of how to do it. And that's the purpose of this meeting, which is also at Istagosti. In Istagosti, nobody is superior to anyone. You can have an order, or Istagosti, like you might have a temple, there's some older wise guy or sannyasi, a renounced guy, and you'll have children, and you'll have women, you'll have regular students and priests. They can all talk equally, because Istagosti is an atmosphere or a place that Prabhupada said where you can express doubt. Everyone has doubt unless they've reached the spiritual platform, in which case doubts are also there, but they're completely different. They're transcendental doubts. But let's just say that in our mortal realm, we experience doubt. Why not? In fact, we probably feel more doubt than any single thing else. So in Istagosti, anyone can bring up their doubt without shame, even if he's a big senior guy or just a 8-year-old child or whatever. And that's how the spiritual advancement takes place through, and spiritual perfection is developed through this consortium called Istagosti. It's very nice. Prabhupada introduced it in the beginning of the movement, but they found it more convenient to eliminate it. So we're reintroducing it, and this is it in a sense right now. So
we have a guest that joined. His name is Prabhu. Can you introduce yourself? You see him in the participants, SAP. MPNIL, Modak. Prabhu, can you introduce
Oh,
yourself and then we can continue, or you can hear and you can introduce yourself later. Mhm.
okay. So anyhow, introduce Mark Yakan, Mario Yakan.
Mario.
Isn't that your actual name?
Marco.
Marco Yakan.
Marco.
Marco Yakan.
That's correct.
So anyhow, we're all together. So let's get to the verse. Are you ready, Marco Yakan, to hit the verse?
I'm ready.
So in verse number 21, and remember there's 20 verses before this, and they're very hair-raising verses. This is where a conciliation begins to be mentioned by Prabhupada to his godbrothers, who he is gradually exposing as having accomplished next door to nothing in all of their years as disciples. And this is before he came to America. So he can say, well, Bhaktivedanta, what have you done? And he can say, nothing. I've done nothing. Because he hadn't yet. But in about 3 years, he had. He was opening these temples. And he brought groups of people to India to knock the socks off of the Indian population because they were all busy trying to become like Americans. And so, adopting Western clothes, Western speech, Western diet, and Western alcohol and all that. And all of a sudden, here come people stricter than their own sadhus, sadhu meaning holy men, in India.
Right.
And in a few years, less than 5 years, he's come to India loaded with people that are more qualified than most of the Indian priesthoods in various temples in India.
Wow.
This is beyond imagination. It's transformative. So anyhow, now Prabhupada says in Vaisistya, 3rd Vaisistya, verse 21, if everyone sat down together and carefully considered, then what nice preaching there could be. When he says preaching, is because he's talking to his godbrothers that were supposed to be preachers, and they were all initiated by their common spiritual master, their shared spiritual master. So what he is describing in verse 21, I have already described to you just now, and it is what we're doing right now online, is istagosti. If everyone sat down together and carefully considered, then what nice preaching there could be. If there could, in other words, he could have said, if we all joined to do istagosti and considered everything nicely, think what nice preaching there could be. And what is nice preaching? Nice preaching doesn't mean just clever words or sweet words or stuff like that. Nice preaching means transformative words where when you speak with somebody, they begin to wake up to the fact that they're not their body, that they are spirit soul. This is gradual, but it begins immediately. And then he says in Shloka 22, Shloka means verse, after all, that is Prabhupada's command, meaning their Prabhupada, meaning Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, the contrarian, second degree contrarian. And we talked about contrarian, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
Yes, we did. So this is here. After all, that is Prabhupada's command. Prabhupada means Bhaktisiddhanta. There was Gorkha Babaji, who initiated Bhaktisiddhanta, who is a rigid ramrod of authenticity, but he became eccentric and what you call contrarian. And then Prabhupada, who was a Bengali businessman who was quite successful, owned 2 big pharmaceutical companies. He lost his companies somehow or other to malfeasance by some of his workers, managers. And then Prabhupada comes out, spent some years in Vrindavan, and now is preaching to his godbrothers, who never expected to hear that from him because they just saw him as a softy who was just a guy who was on the fringe of the movement, the fringy.
Right. Right.
Okay. After all, that is to Prabhupada's command for all to join together to do this preaching work, merged in your, meaning his spiritual master's, instructions. He's talking to them about Bhaktisiddhanta, and when he says your instructions, he refers to Bhaktisiddhanta, and for all to join together means as disciples of Bhaktisiddhanta. And merged in his instructions. Instructions don't mean, oh, sit up straight, don't eat too much, follow the regular principles. When he said instructions, he meant how to deliver people from birth and death. How do you do that? That's the essence.
How to deliver them from what?
Repeated birth and death.
Okay.
From reincarnation.
Change of bodies.
Okay.
Reincarnation means that when I die, I take another body. If I've done very good deeds, I may take a better body. But in this age of Kali, it's very unlikely that I'll make a better body. So I'll take some other body, maybe a worse body, and keep on going like that. But he's talking something else. That they join together and become develop the practice of self-realization from his instructions, which means how to become self-realized. That's Prabhupada's guru we're talking about. Then 23, if you simply initiate, there will be the opposite result.
Imitate.
Yeah.
We must not imitate.
As long as you imitate, there will be the opposite result. As long as you try like that, there will be failure. Because they're saying, okay, Bhaktisiddhanta sat up straight on his cushion with a microphone. Okay, I'll sit up straight on my cushion with a microphone. He said wise sounding words. I'll say wise sounding words. And the people will think I'm wise because the words sound wise. But that's not the point. The words have to be transformative. So whoever listens becomes ready to take up the Krishna consciousness movement of chanting the Hare Krishna mantra in this age of Kali. It said, or as long as you try like that, there will be failure.
We are not to we are not to imitate.
No. If we simply imitate. No. Not imitate, but follow in the footsteps. Except if you say, what can I say? A slice of pizza is a very nice thing to eat. And I hear you say that. And I say, oh yeah, a slice of pizza is a very nice thing to eat. I haven't created anything. I haven't transformed anything. All I've done is imitate what you said. But if I say, not only is it good to eat, but you can make it by taking these ingredients and putting them together, then the person listening will begin to drool with anticipation at how wonderful it is that you can actually make a pizza. Or buy one from Costco for that matter. But anyhow, but you get my point, right?
Got it.
So if you simply imitate, there will be an opposite result. For as long as you try like that, there will be failure. And what is the failure? Oh, they talk nice, everything. But when people come away from the meeting, they said, what did he say? I don't know. I didn't really understand it very well, but it sounded good. It sounded like the real thing. Do you think I should take some initiation from him, or what should I do? And so I don't know. Do you feel that he's convinced you that you should take initiation? Well, I don't know what it even is, So that's out to lunch. He's not able to. As long as we try like that, there will be failure because imitation is not the real thing.
You know,
have to get. Yes.
One thing I was looking at, I'm looking at two different translations of this. One of them says if you simply imitate, and one says if everyone initiates, if everyone just initiates. So it's either initiate or imitate.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Initiate is the original.
Initiate is the original, right? They changed it.
Yeah, so this was done by ISKCON, I'm afraid.
Yeah. Yes.
Can we switch over?
Yes, we can. Let me switch over. Yeah,
is it good to initiate?
It's
initiating means to introduce someone to something. If the initiation is just a ceremony, you've introduced them to a ceremony, but no change of life.
Yes, let's switch to the other one here. So right here, here's
Thank you.
You've
number
really
23. You busted them. I wonder how many others have been messed with.
We don't know.
I knew that part was there somewhere. So imitate or initiate. How clever of Jai to try to hide what they're doing by saying imitate instead of initiate.
Right here.
Because why is Prabhupada criticizing initiation? Initiation is a vital part. What's going on here?
I highlighted it.
Okay.
Can you see it?
No, I can't see anything.
Oh, you cannot see it? How about now?
I think I screwed it up. Okay, what am I going to do?
Okay, what you're going to do? So you just click on, just swipe the screen from left to right or right to left.
Oh, no, it's gone, completely gone now.
Okay, 1 second. Go from, let's say, left to right, or try left, right to left.
No, I'm in a completely different part of the phone.
Okay, so what you do is click on the link again.
I think
go
that's
to your
what I have to do.
Yeah, just click on the message, go to the messages on the lower right, and then click on the link again, and you'll be back. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
But now I can't see anything at all.
Oh, you cannot see the screen. Okay, 1 second. Let me share it again.
It says leave meeting or cancel.
I'll be right back.
No problem. Yes.
Thank you.
Should I push cancel to cancel leaving the meeting?
Yes, cancel leaving the meeting.
Here we are. A little unclear.
You can see it now?
Yes.
Okay,
so now
Mark just left. Let's just wait for him when he comes back. So he said he's going to be back in a few minutes.
Okay. So why don't we go over some of the previous shlokas and see if those were changed?
Yes, let's go back.
While we're waiting for Mark.
So we were at 23. Now let's go to 22. 22 is, what is your order also? That everyone come together should merge in your message and preach it to the world.
That's different, isn't it?
Yeah, it's different too. It's interesting. Yeah, it's the whole thing, you know, they keep changing stuff around here and there and screwing things up.
Well, Prabhupada printed it in an original form. I have that original form, but I don't have it's in printed out. I don't have it with me.
Right. And this is the problem when you start changing things. Everything gets muddled and merged, and
it's evil.
Yeah, very evil. Yeah, this one is different. Let me look it up. Anyways, we can just kind of note it, and I'll compare, and we'll do a last video, and we'll see, what is changed. we have to get on it, because I just noticed that part. So I don't know what else has changed.
Amazing.
So that,
well, if you can print them both out, then you can
yeah, that's what
compare
I'll
them.
do. That's what
Not
I'll
now, of course.
do.
So how about number 25?
Let's go to number 25.
Yeah, and I have number 25 of the original or somewhat original one. How does that
Yeah.
compare to the non-original one?
Okay, so go ahead. You let me look, Prabhu.
Yeah.
Let's see, Krishna. You can start commenting, and I'll look it up. Let's see. बात करेगा हरे कृष्ण बोलेगा One second.
Hey, hello, hello.
बोलो हरे कृष्ण.
What a wonderful devotee.
I want to hear him.
Oh, you don't hear
like
him?
a-
Okay.
You look like a gopi.
Hi.
Your father loves you so much. Do you love your father a lot too?
Here, this one. Here, here.
Why you use two of them?
I'm not using two of them. Can you hear me? Call. Bolo.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna,
Yeah, I
bolo,
can hear
Prabhu.
you.
Okay. Can you see her also?
I can see your daughter.
Oh, you can. Okay, good.
There she is.
Bolo.
Hey, one house there.
Oh, Prabhu. Oh, that's another Prabhu. He's a doctor.
Doctor?
Yeah, he's a doctor.
Oh, you're a doctor, and I like Doctor Anna on a tiger.
Yes, yes, like that.
I want to see it.
Oh, Prabhu's coming back. He's coming soon.
Oh,
So, Narayan Prabhu ke Hare Krishna bolo.
How'd it go?
Bolo Hare Krishna Prabhu ke.
Hare Krishna.
Bolo, all glory to Srila Prabhupada.
Jai. All
Bolo
glory
Prabhupada
to
ki jai.
Srila Prabhupada.
Ah, Prabhupada your friend? No, your guru?
He's the friend of everyone.
Lisa?
Oh, she's saying my friend is Risha.
Well, yeah, because Prabhupada is our master, but he sees us as friends.
Right, right. Okay, there you go. This is my daughter, Vrinda. She was asking about you. Who is this other
Beautiful.
person?
Beautiful child.
Oh, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
How old?
Okay. So you go back to your grandma now. You want something? Should I get you something? Oh, you want milk? Okay. So Narayan Prabhu, you continue, and I'll just
Yeah.
warm up some milk.
Sure. That's
I'll be
wonderful.
listening. I'll be
Yes.
listening on the Bluetooth, so don't worry.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Which verse are we on? Prabhu?
Oh, we're on number 24.
Okay. Now, even my God brothers, you return here to the order of our master, and together we engage in this puja. And puja means religious worship or formal worship, and when you have your spiritual master, if his birthday or the day that he died, passed away, the puja is a ceremony by which you recognize and honor your guru on that day. So this puja was the disappearance, meaning the passing away of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Are you able to see me?
I can hear you, Nathan.
That's great. So he says on 24, now even my godbrothers, you return here to the order of our master, and today, together we engage in his puja. Well, you see, they're not doing anything else. They're just coming there to come up for a commemoration with the hope that it will do them some good in the hereafter. But then Prabhupada says, but simply a festival of flowers and fruits does not constitute worship. The one who serves the message of the Guru, it really worships him. Meaning, if you understand the purpose of the Guru and do it, well, this is before Prabhupada came to America. And before Prabhupada came to America, and he is saying like that we have to take up the mission of our spiritual master. And this is practically a year or two before he did, full scale, by getting on the Jaladuta boat and coming to America.
Good, I'm zooming with Hare Krishna right here.
Yeah. The service of the message is the real meaning of the Vedas. Don't be proud, brothers. Come back to this. In other words, instead of being built into, completely stoked on your own egos and your own sense of being, come back to the sense of bhakti or worship, and don't just simply sit there being ordinary people wearing devotee-looking clothes. Kalidas Nag, a learned man who was defeated by Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur and later became his disciple, that master said in public forum one day that Kali's mission, Kali is the god of illusion, who is destroying the goodness in the world. Kalidas Nag, that Kali's mission was to kill the entire world while the essential meaning of Lord Chaitanya's message was kept locked up in a cage. That Kali's mission was to kill the entire world while the essential meaning of Lord Chaitanya's message was kept locked in a cage. Oh, shame, my dear brothers, aren't you embarrassed? In the manner of businessmen, you increase your disciples. Our master said to preach, let the neophytes stay in the temple and ring the bell. He said, in the manner of businessmen, you increase your disciples. And that's what ISKCON has become. They're just interested in increasing their disciples. It's a human tendency, but it's not a divine or transcendental, nor is it a valuable tendency if we're going to transform the world. What they're doing in ISKCON will improve the world, but will not transform it at this point. That comes later with us. Oh, shame, my dear brothers, aren't you embarrassed? In the manner of businessmen, you increase your disciples. Our master said to preach, let the neophytes stay in the temples and ring the bells. Third Vaisistya. All these things are not our spiritual master's preaching methods. These are the things done by the caste Goswamis. In other words, when I mentioned that people had gotras, whatnot, they come by birth, and they have all sorts of strict rules. But that has nothing to do with this age of Kali, where we have to break so many rules just to make everything work properly. So staying in the temple and meditating and whatnot is not the idea. That's why, because people don't care about other people. They don't care about other souls. They don't care about what happens to the germs in their body. They don't care what happens to the earthworms in the soil. They don't care what happens to the maggots in the heap of maggots in the where the dead flesh is. They don't care what happens to all of these. They don't care what happens to the plants. They don't care what happens to the dogs and the elephants and the cows and the tigers. They don't care about anything. They just want to gather some disciples, which will bring them some money, and disciples will bring them food, and they'll smile and give benediction. So, oh, thank you very much. It was very nice of you to do that. Anyone can do that. And the foolish people accept that as being real benediction, which it is not. So I am stuck here. I can't move the. Can you ask Ramachandra to move the scroll up a bit? Yeah, okay. Well, now just take a look at the terrible situation that has arisen. Everyone has become a sense enjoyer and has given up preaching. We follow the four regulated principles, Mark, as we discussed today. These four regulated principles.
I think Mark is no longer on, Prabhu. I think Mark got disconnected or something.
He's no longer on?
Mark?
Yeah, he's no longer on.
Oh, I wonder what happened.
Mark?
Yes, that was his name, Mark.
Hi.
Oh.
Hi. Hello.
Hi.
You cannot hear Prabhu? Okay, 1 second. I'll put it so you can hear. Let me bring the
headphones. Take a look at the terrible situation that has arisen. Everyone has become a sense enjoyer and has given up preaching. Well, that we see the ISKCON Guru is exemplifying, right? In the temple, they have also begun to lock the doors. Preach this Bhagavad Dharma. Don't hesitate. So they do. They're locked the doors now because of COVID.
Let me do it.
Within this world, there's another world whose sound is the unequaled penetrating force. Now, can we scroll up a little bit? Prabhu, can you scroll up? I need to get put 34 at the top.
Okay, we're back.
We're back.
Okay, now can you scroll up the text?
Okay, Mark is coming back again, Prabhu. 1 second, let me admit him again.
Yeah, but in either case, scroll up the text.
Okay, is this better?
You could go further.
Okay.
Okay, that's fine.
All right, Mark is back.
Yes, finally. I got disconnected.
Oh,
Yes,
that's
sir.
too bad. I'm glad you are not only back, you're welcome back.
Thank you so much.
We don't want you to become a member of anything. I hope you know that. This is individual.
I love listening. I love listening.
Yes, that's what we're doing. We're studying this poem, and nobody wants you to become a devotee or join anything. You become a devotee when you develop love for God, not when somebody says you're a devotee.
Amen.
It's not like the churches where they baptize you, then suddenly you're a godly man.
Srila Prabhupada says in his book that these cowherd boys are playing after many, many, many births of heaps of, I think, transit or spiritual Ahab. You know, I'm speaking after heaps of pious activities, not even pious. I think he meant, in the Jai Radha Madhava song.
Ah, excellent.
Yes. So go ahead, Prabhu.
But just take a look at the terrible situation that has arisen. He's saying to his godbrothers after decades of them supposedly advancing as the disciples of the spiritual master Bhaktisiddhanta. Everyone has become a sense enjoyer and has given up preaching. So what is a sense enjoyer if you're a holy man? You sit in a temple or an ashram, you sit in a prominent place, people come and bring you things, people bring you ingredients or they bring you cooked food, and you can enjoy all of that, and then you give them pseudo benedictions. Oh, bless you. And like that. Within this world is another world whose sound is the unequaled penetrating force. 36, 45. The preaching that Mala only goes as far as the mosque and no further should be put to an end today. We should not say that the spiritual activity should stop at the door of the temple and not go outside, which is what's happening in Los Angeles. So he says, where? Yeah, the preaching that a mullah only goes as far as the mosque and no further should be put to an end today. He's saying if it is worth knowing, it's worth broadcasting and making available to every town and village of everyone. The Maha Mantra of chanting Hare Krishna is not a religious ritual. It's a transformation from material mentality to spiritual mentality. And there's no tricks or anything involved. There's no cost that you have to pay any money to do it. You just do it. You chant. From the seas across the earth, penetrate the universal shell, come together and preach this Krishna consciousness. So he's saying, reach out even beyond this planet. Reach out everywhere that there are living beings. Remember, each jiva is part of Krishna. Jiva means soul. Each individual soul is part and parcel of Krishna. Therefore, wherever we go, we will be encountering unlimited souls. Right now, even in our mouth, talking about this topic, innumerable souls are there listening to what we're saying. Or if we're talking foolishness, then we are sharing our foolishness with them. Then our master's service will be in proper order. Make your promise today. Give up all your politics and diplomacy. Give up the Mayapur meetings.
Wow.
Everyone come together on this day and make your valued comment. The 5 of you get together and decide what should be done.
Maybe we can have some discussions now. We have covered some, and maybe Mark has some questions regarding the historical accounts of what is being said. He can ask.
You answer them, please. You answer them.
I'll try my best. Go ahead, Mark, if you have any questions.
Within this world is another world whose sound is the unequaled penetrating force. So within
Yes.
this world, there's another world which we need to tap into to
Yes.
really understand the truth. Is that right?
Ramachandra?
Well, according to the scriptures, this material world is a reflection of the spiritual world. So you're right to some degree that
And
what I think
we
he's
are
referring to is that if we go inside the chanting process, we will find a spiritual community that doesn't exist where you just walk around the streets without chanting.
So in essence, we are spiritual beings having an earthly experience, not earthlings trying to find spirituality. Is that right?
Is that Mark?
That's me.
That's Mark.
That's brilliant.
We're spiritual beings having an earthly experience. We're not earthlings looking for spirituality.
Exactly.
Is that correct?
That is absolutely on the spot on.
All right.
I'm
starting to get it. I'm starting to get it.
Yeah, well, you got it in previous lives too, but now you're going to perfect this.
All right.
You're not a
neophyte. It's about time, Nathan.
Yeah. Well,
at 60 years old, I'm starting to realize it.
Well,
is it too late?
77 years old, so am I.
How old are you, Ramachandra? How old is Ramachandra?
Ramachandra Babu, how old are you?
I am 35.
Nice. What a beautiful age.
Yeah, somewhat.
That's fantastic.
Yes. So
how many
go
children
ahead.
do you have? How many children do you have, Ramachandra?
Two.
Two girls?
One boy, one girl. My daughter is 4.5, and my son is 2 and 2 and 4 months.
Oh, fantastic. You're blessed.
Do you have any children?
Yeah, I have one of my own and 2 step.
Oh, Jai. How old are they?
Well, my daughter is 23.
Oh.
And I have a stepson 33 and a stepdaughter 30.
Ah. So you're Vanaprastha.
Uh-huh.
They're at an age where they're independent and you can focus on your spiritual life.
Amen. That's right. I think that's what.
Is your birth daughter? Is she living with you?
Absolutely. I'm not going to let her go. I don't know if that's a problem or not. I try to keep her close.
Yeah, good.
Jai.
That's right.
But you said that one of your wife's sons moved to North Carolina. What happened to the other one?
The other one is living with us.
Oh, so it's not quite like you have to leave the nest.
That's right. I'd like to keep everybody in the nest, but they have their own ideas.
Well, let's see how it goes.
That's exactly right.
Because Krishna also has ideas, so let's see how he works at becoming an ingredient in the conversation everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Not just on the YouTube.
Make me dance, make me dance.
Like a puppet on a string.
That's right.
Yeah. So you can understand, if you say, make me dance, it's sort of like just think of what we're always doing with God. We're saying, or Paramatma. Paramatma means super soul in the heart. The God incarnates in our heart, manifests in our heart. You say, where are my keys? What do I do with my socks? Oh my God, what's my wife cooking for dinner? We're screaming out these questions. And who do we expect to answer them? We're trying to get Krishna to answer all of our questions for us. Find our keys for us. Do everything for us. When we give that up, everything becomes simple, works well, and is less expensive. Because you don't go searching for, oh, I've never tried this meal from this restaurant before. You just say, what do I need? Oh, I want this nutrition. And you just take it, or whatever it is.
Yeah, you save a lot of time. You save a lot of energy.
Makes sense.
Indeed. Yes.
Yeah.
Good point.
Anything else, Mark, you want to share?
No, at this point, I love to listen. This is a treat for me.
Yeah,
a learning experience.
Again. Now you have Ronald's phone number, I think, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I should have it in my phone. That's right.
Yeah, so you can always call Ronald and ask him when's the next Zoom meeting.
Yes, we try to have it every day, but sometimes we skip. But we'll keep in contact with you.
But sometimes we can. We started out 7 o'clock everywhere, but that didn't work for everybody. In India, it's very early in the morning, and for it's not always the easiest thing. So sometimes our meeting starts 7:30, 8:30, or even 9.
AM or PM?
PM, usually PM.
It started at 9:30, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And it went till midnight.
Yes.
It was very exhilarating.
How will I find out when the meeting is on?
I'll send you a personal message.
Okay, perfect.
And also, you can call Ronald on Ronald's phone.
Yeah,
wonderful.
I'll keep in contact with you.
Yeah.
I appreciate it, Ronald.
No problem. That's what we're here for. We're trying to share our realizations and keep the movement going for the next 20, 30,000 years.
No, 10,000.
All right.
10,000.
10,000.
Don't bother. Only 10.
Right.
But we should be prepared to take birth after birth after birth to deliver the souls over the next 10,000 years. I guarantee that once we get through the initial pangs of yearning for salvation, yearning for being grabbed by God and dragged back to heaven or something of that sort, when we get over that impulse, we'll have so much fun making other people happy through Krishna consciousness.
All right.
Hare Krishna.
I need a Sanskrit name.
You'll get
I need to be identified by something. Can you give me one?
You'll have one, but as you develop your
name will come.
Your name will come.
Okay. Excellent. I'm looking forward to it.
My name didn't come till like 7-8 years, so it might be some time. So you gotta hang it.
How does one know when their name comes?
Because it comes, that's when it comes. There's no schedule.
How will I know?
What?
You won't know. You won't know, but the person who's going to give you the name, he'll know.
Oh, fantastic.
And then
I like that.
And then you can confirm it with some other people, and it'll be confirmed if you're very sincere.
Well,
fantastic.
First, you need to become a vegetarian, of course.
Okay.
You can't have a spiritual name over the door of a slaughterhouse,
It's a process. Yes.
Got it.
Yeah.
The spiritual
Very
process.
good.
There's no flaw. There's no flaw. There's no fault. No, no goal, no expectation. We're just discussing things openly, and as we do, everything shapes up the way it is.
And as you know, I'm a neophyte.
Everyone's a neophyte, not just you. I'm a
Yeah.
neophyte.
Okay.
But if you could say that about yourself. You can say, my name is Mark the Neophyte or Neophyte Mark, and you can then say that is my distinction at this point. But you don't have to do that. You can just say Mark. That's fine. Or
Okay.
Marco.
Nice.
Yes, I can see you want to be part of it, but part of it, we have to open the doors more, and you can bathe in the nectar of
Takes
pure
time.
joy, love of God. So,
Jai, Prabhu's.
Ramachandra, didn't we have somebody else join us?
Yeah, someone joined, but they left. So,
Oh, I see.
yeah.
Okay.
So we'll continue this tomorrow, Prabhu's.
Okay. Thank you so much for inviting me.
No problem.
You're
We'll
most
keep in
welcome.
contact, Jai.
Yes, sir.
We need to invite all the living beings on earth, not just a few people that we know.
Actually,
Okay.
To celebrate.
Shravan is coming back. Shravan is here. He's joining last minute.
So why not introduce Shravan to Marco?
Shravan Prabhu, can you hear us? Shravan Prabhu. Anyway, Shravan Prabhu is a devotee here in Sacramento. He has, I guess, been in the movement for close to probably 20 years, 30 years now. He started.
Wow.
He started way before me. I know that, and I've been here 9, 10 years, and
Nice.
he's been here since probably the 90s or something. And he's a good friend of Narayan Prabhu, and he likes to chant Hare Krishna, and he's a very good businessman, and he's going to build a temple.
Oh, nice.
And we'll get
That's
to
an
associate with.
undertaking. That's a responsibility.
Yes.
To build a temple.
Yeah.
Yes. Every town and village.
Wow.
We're opening the door, but when people join up with us, we don't ask them to stay with us. We ask them to go open their own place. So they can open hundreds of temples all over the Sacramento area, all over the. Where do you live, Marco? Mark?
I'm in San Dimas, California.
Yeah.
Near Pomona.
Oh yes, near Pomona. So you're south of the 60 freeway.
That's right.
Yeah. I spent 3 years at Pomona College, at the Claremont College on Indian Hill Boulevard, restoring Orozco's Prometheus.
Fantastic.
The fresco.
That's like 20 minutes from me.
Yeah. It's hard to see it because it's in a dining hall, but you can see it on your widescreen TV when you simply look for Jose Clemente Orozco, Orozco, or just Orozco, and Prometheus, spelled the regular way. In Spanish, it's Prometeo, but Prometheus is fine. It'll get you there. And you'll see images coming up of the mural that I restored. He's from Guadalajara.
Nice. Okay, gentlemen. Hare Krishna. Thank you for letting me in.
Well, you're welcome. Now you'll be letting us in.
All right. I
This is what
look
it's
forward
like.
to the next meeting.
It's not a membership organization. Unfortunately, a lot of Hindu groups and even ISKCON thinks it is, but it's not a membership organization. It's an association of independent philosophers.
All right.
So there's no.
I feel privileged. I feel privileged to be part of it.
Nobody owns anybody.